So I think we're on.
Okay, we're back.
We're back, everybody. Sorry that took as long as it did. Apparently, you cannot stop one live video and go right to another live video right off the bat. There's a little bit of processing that YouTube has to do, and they said, not yet. So we're back. We had a couple of questions from our challenge questions, and we just thought we would come back real quick and answer them. We're actually in the middle of traveling today, so we're not going to, unfortunately, we can't stay on for too long. We got we're actually going out of country, right?
You asked me, right? Like I'm the only one who knows where we're going.
We're headed up to Canada. So
Cheryl Maloney asked, how have you found the motorhome for camping in the winter? Because apparently she's getting ready to do this and concerned about being on the East Coast most of the winter.
I think you'll be surprised at just how well the motorhome does. If you just take a few, and it depends, I guess, too, how often you move. For us, we never put any type of outside skirting, which is an option if you're going to be stationary for a long time. The only thing that we do is that we make sure that the inside does stay warm. We disconnect when you're, I'm assuming you're talking about when temperatures are dropping down below freezing. So we make sure that we're staying warm inside. We disconnect the water.
Sorry, I was just thinking, yeah, I make sure I'm staying warm inside while you're doing all this.
So I'll say I disconnect the water every night. I actually just fill up our fresh water tank and then disconnect. And then we just live off that fresh water for the next couple days until it runs out. And then we refill it again. I don't leave the water hoses connected outside. But if you want to, there are electrical wiring, heating elements that you can wrap your water hose in. But I find it just to be easy enough to fill up my fresh water tank and then, disconnect it again. Same thing with the sewer hose. I use the sewer hose, dump all of our tanks, and then put all that away again. Again, this is all for freezing temperatures. We use little mechanic-style hook heat lamps that have a plastic cage on them. And we put them inside our cargo bays near our water systems. That keeps it just puts out enough heat just to kind of help things along and be sure that everything's staying warm. We also have a digital thermostat inside, and I put it reads our cargo bays. It's a small little monitor. It's right there, actually. Can you wrap that right there?
This thing?
Yeah.
This thing?
So
right here?
This is I can't see us, so hopefully you can see this. So this is the monitor, and then I put this somewhere in the cargo bay. I try to figure out what would be the coldest spot in the cargo bay, and I set this in here. And
where's the pretty screen?
Well, the pretty screen's going to be turned off.
Oh, okay.
But it shows the temperature in the cargo bay, and I can keep an eye on it. If it's like 32 degrees and I'm about to go to bed, that's too cold. Like, even if it was reading 35 before I went to bed, I would say that's too cold. And I would have to change something around, either turn up our furnace to pump a little bit more warm air down in the basement, or I don't know what else. But just by those little heat lamps, the keeping the coach warm, the coldest our bays have ever gotten is 40 degrees, and that was when the outside temperatures were 12 degrees. So, and then if you're stationary, Cheryl, then there are outdoor skirt kits that you can wrap all around the outside of your motorhome, and it stops all the cross breezes from going underneath, and that'll help keep your basement warm, which is usually the toughest part. You're going to be fine inside. I mean, if we crank up our heat in here, we get up to 90 degrees if we wanted to. We've done it just to see, 15 degrees outside and 90 degrees inside. But that's also using another thing is space heaters. So we use 2 space heaters. We have one in the bedroom, one in the living area. You cannot really. We're now considered a 30 amp plus coach, and to find out what that is exactly, go to the RV Geeks channel and look up their secret weapon for keeping warm in the winter, something like that. Secret weapon, something with the cold. RV Geeks have a video on it, and it's something that we did here. I wired a external power source that plugs into the post out at the campgrounds into their 110. So now we're 30 amp, plus we have another, I guess that's a 20 amp out on the post. So one space heater is hooked up to the 110 outside, and then the other space heater is just plugged into, our normal power inside the coach. And actually, I recommend that just in general. Just go to seriously, go to the RV Geeks. They have like 3 or 4 videos on how to keep your coach warm in the wintertime. And that's where I learned all of our tricks. It's where I learn everything from. It's basically the RV Geeks.
Yeah, so it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible.
Yeah, very possible. Very
not terrible.
It's not terrible. It's very manageable. We use freestays.net to find, no?
Free campsites.
Okay. Freecampsites.net and RV Parky are our 2 favorite websites that we use to find campgrounds that are open. And believe it or not, Cheryl, for us anyway, especially having Belle, winter's not the problem for us. It's summertime. We have a more difficult time keeping our motorhome cool than we do keeping it warm. When it's 80, 90, 90 degrees outside and sunny, I mean, it can get hot in here. So for the summertime, we got the MagnaShade. Huge difference with the MagnaShade. Really cut down on temperatures. And that could be a whole other... I could probably talk another 15, 20 minutes about keeping cool. But honestly, you'll be fine in the wintertime. I wouldn't stress too much. Check out the RV Geeks and go on forums. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's not that big of a deal.
Cool. So Greg Moore wanted to know more about the Cmax. Have we had any more problems with that rocking that it did that time?
No. Luckily, no. And now we're up to... We've done 30,000 miles towing the Cmax already since May. That's a lot of miles. That is a lot of miles. Yeah, we've done 30,000 miles since May. So we made and I read on the forums that this does happen with the Ford Cmax. We came out and made a sharp left, and I jumped over the curb of a gas station, and so did the Cmax, and started to accelerate at the same time, and the car started to shake, and we had to slow down. And that's actually all we did. We slowed down, got it under control, pulled over, made sure everything looked okay, and then we were able to everything looked fine, got back on the road, and nothing was fine, and that was probably 25,000 miles ago. So, but I think if somebody would ask if I would recommend the Ford C-Max as a tow car, I don't know if I would recommend. I wouldn't recommend it, because when you go into the forums, it's not highly recommended. Like, it just seems like everybody has issues on the forums with the C-Max. Apparently we've been really lucky. People are talking about their battery dying. We've never had our battery die. People are talking about steering wheel locking, that they can't get in an accessory mode. So it wouldn't be a vehicle that I recommend per se, but it's worked out great for us, and it gets awesome gas mileage. And the car itself, we love it. It's great gas mileage. It's comfortable. We got a lot of options in there.
We already had it, and that's why we towed it. It wasn't that we just picked it up to tow it. So.
Another plus was that we already owned the C-Max when we bought the motorhome, so we didn't go out buy and purchase it. So that was a plus just to have it already. Yeah. And it got great gas mileage, and it's got a lot of cargo space in that C-Max. It's pretty roomy inside too. We love the car, and we were really happy that Belle's under the table and petting Belle.
Yeah, I was petting her over here too. So if you see that distracting motion, it was Belle came for attention.
Hey, Big Daddy and Bubbles, Tim, RV Habit,
RV Chronicles.
Are they up there?
They were laughing at the fact that when you said, "Pass me that thing for the temperature at the bay," and I was like, "That thing?"
I've been trying to get a hold of Dave. Dave, I text you. I left messages on your channel
after the live stream.
All right, calling you out. Maybe I got the wrong number.
That's what he gave you, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want this dude. I don't want this dude contacting me. No.
All right, so I guess that's it for now. Yeah. We're gonna get on the road. We got a lot of driving to do still. We actually just kind of started. I left Pittsburgh, picked Sabrina up here in Erie, PA, and now we're
heading on our way.
All right, everybody, take care. Thanks for stopping in again and checking out and hanging out with us. We really do like these live streams.
Nice seeing you guys still.
Take care.
Bye.
I don't know how to stop. There it is. I always say that. I don't know how